Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I'm a voice teacher. Today I'm going to be reacting to and analyzing FKA Twigs performing Cellophane on Jimmy Fallon's show. Sick set.
Didn't I do it for you? Why don't I do it for you?
Is Ruth Bader Ginsburg playing piano? This set looks really cool. And the dress. So visually we're already set up to be invested, which makes us take the performance more seriously, I think.
They wanna see us apart. They wanna see us alone. They wanna see us,
She's not singing very high yet. She's singing everything up around the E4, which for women, it's, well, the place where we kind of have a passaggio, it's similar for everyone, but it's also a movable thing where if we're training sopranos for classical music, we probably want that turnover, the first passaggio, to happen around the D, which is just right below what she's doing. For more music like what she sings, or pop, rock, non-classical styles of music, sometimes we want to be able to kind of have that turnover happen at the D at first, but we want to be able to move that up to about A flat. The ability to kind of hold on to chest voice up that high gives a little bit more punchy, chesty, belty kind of sounds, which is more desirable in pop styles of music. So with her, she's singing it around that E, which is right above where, you know, you'll start feeling it turn over for a lot of people. But she's keeping it really chatty. She's not like over singing it. She's not doing much with her mouth differently than what she would do for speech. And the pressure level of her air is really low. There's not very much pressure. She's not trying to make this a big provocative sound right now. She's trying to make it like really intimate. And again, just the way that they set up the staging, it makes us immediately take it more seriously. And I think that this is a thing that a lot of live performers can take more away from, of like, if you set the stage up well, if you put good costumes on and make it a coherent vision, if the lighting all works with it, the audience is going to be invested already. And so you don't have that first hurdle to overcome, because we first start listening with our eyes.
see us apart. And I just want to feel you're there.
A little vocal fry at the end of the phrase.
And I don't want to have
The low note, she's doing that on the A, which it's not like the bottom of her range, but it's probably getting close to it. And it sounds like she doesn't care for it to be a very vibrant sound, partially because if we made it like, it would carry up a little bit of the weight that you put at that bottom note. And she doesn't want that weight. She's wanting it to be kind of angelic and ethereal as it goes higher, and it's working. So how you set up a phrase, you're likely to maintain characteristics of that throughout the entirety of the phrase.
share our love. I try.
She has a cute little vibrato. I've always liked that little tremor.
Wrapped in
It's very distinctive. It is like, I mean, it's a little bit fast. If I was talking about amazing vocal technique and everything, that kind of a vibrato wouldn't fly as much in classical music or music theater, but she's not singing it, so it doesn't really matter. It kind of reminds me more of like what The Weeknd does it sometimes, and Michael Jackson did it some. It's just a little bit of a tremor, and it works better for pop music. And it's just distinctive. I mean, I don't know of many other women that sound like FKA Twigs does. And that's a really important thing as an artist, to have your own lane that you can occupy and that people can know what to expect and they can recognize your voice immediately. It's such a marketability skill.
the feelings that we had. And in night
That she engages it a little bit more. That's up at the D. the D5, so it's 100% turned over.
Why won't you do it for me?
She's like right on the edge of, is this connected or not? And sometimes you can get away with being connected if there's a lot of extra air, as long as it's consistent air. And by connected, I mean if she started sliding down from that note, there wouldn't be a break as she comes back down to chest voice. But that's like, she walks this fine line of her voice sounding stable to me. And it's nice. It would be nice to be able to do the other stuff too. And I hope that she practices going towards some less breathy sounds, just because I feel like what she's doing, as soon as you introduce that much air sound, things start becoming a little inconsistent. And the fact that she's starting the phrase with a really clear sound, I think, is probably what's saving her. Because if she started it with just all breath, she'd run out of air every single phrase. She wouldn't know what her home base is. But is starting it a lot more clear. And that's what makes me think, well, she probably could carry that down all the way through, even though it like turns into that breathy kind of tremolo-y effect.
When all I do is for you, and then I do it for you.
That's the first time I've heard like actual chest voice. And it's almost like a yodel, where that top stuff is so disconnected or so light compared to what the bottom is. It's not necessarily disconnected, but it's light. And then the bottom is really heavy, so the vocal cords come from this place that like a little bit of closure, it's coming together really well, and then it's like a lot of closure. And that's why we get this difference in tone, because the energy of the buzz from the vocal folds is so much greater on that lower part.
Why won't you do it for me? When all I do is for you.
But yeah, I mean, she's looking for instability because it reads as vulnerable. And so as soon as she goes from that, which in my opinion sounds a lot more stable, to the breathier sound, we get that vulnerability. So it's like strong, look, I know how to sing, and then so we don't get as scared. And then it's like, I'm vulnerable, I'm breathy. It's emotional. Adding a little bit more air usually reads as more emotional. That is a look change. What a piano. Staying in character. She's a good performer. I don't know anything about pole dancing, but she looks graceful. It looks like really modern dancey, kind of ballet inspired, just smooth lines as she's going through this. But the thing that really worked for me was she stayed in character. When she's not singing, she stayed in character. She walked over to the pole and she started doing her thing. And she's still in character, and her face hasn't changed. Her face hasn't broken from like the intent of the song. And she's doing a really great job of making this whole piece just like one all-inclusive theatrical experience, where a lot of times with some artists, they just break at different parts and it makes us check out. We see it less and less as people are professionals and working a lot more, but especially with amateurs, it's very common to only be engaged when you're actually making sound. Be engaged more. Be engaged from the moment you're on stage to the moment that the lights are off. You're in character. People are watching you for that. And yes, pop artists still have characters. When you're on stage, you're a character. Whether it's yourself or it's a hyper version of yourself, like you have to stay consistent with it is the main thing. That is an insane stage, though. resolve. There it goes. That was a very long suspension. That's freaking cool.
They're watching.
She's not singing right now, right? Is she singing? Who's singing? I don't know if that was her, if that was someone else, or if it was recorded, or if it was not recorded. Innovative. I haven't seen stuff like that much. She knows what she's doing. I thought that was a really cool performance. Combining the acting skills, the dance skills, and the singing. She's a triple threat, but in her own way, where it's like, maybe none of those, the exact way that she's doing, would work in the way that we traditionally say a triple threat is for musical theater. But I mean, she's got all of those skills, and once you have those skills, it's just changing styles up. So like her singing, it's very unique, and it's working for this. I would love to hear her sing not in her FKA Twigs character sometime, just to see what happens, and just to see what kind of versatility she does have, because I think that's a really good proof of technique and of strength of your ability. And I bet that she could do it quite well, and if she can't, like, it wouldn't take very long, just because the skills are so similar between styles that we're just changing stylistic elements a lot of the time. With the acting stuff, she's staying in character way better than a lot of people. And with the dance, she can move. She can move really, really well. Yeah, she's good. She's really good. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Leave a comment below about any videos you'd like me to react to in the future, about anything I got wrong right now, and about anything else. Thank you for watching.